What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to English TV Live. Hope you're doing very well today. On today's special live lesson, we are going to be looking at TV shows in English. I know many of you enjoy watching English TV shows. I think it's a fantastic way to improve your English, improve your listening, to sound even more like a native English speaker. You might be wondering, why is this guy suited up today? Uh-huh. So I am suited up, as you can say, and I'll tell you about that in a moment. It's connected to one of the shows that we're going to be watching today. So if you've never seen me before, my name is Lloyd. Welcome. This is my YouTube channel today. So if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, please do so. And make sure you like this video and share it. And don't forget to hit that notification bell as well, so that if I make a new video, you will get an immediate notification that a new video is waiting for you. But we're going to be looking at English TV shows today. 3 of my favorites. I'm being very, very ambitious today. I've prepared 3 clips from three of my favorite shows. Maybe you know some of them, maybe you don't. I'm guessing one of them you may never have seen before. Just a guess. So we're going to take a look at that. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a quiz as well along the way. After we've watched each one, we're going to watch each clip twice. The first time, I'm not going to break anything down in terms of vocabulary. We're just going to listen, try and understand what's going on. And then we're going to watch it one more time, and we're going to go into a little bit more detail, breaking down some of the words, some of the pronunciation, etc. So should be a lot of fun. And hope you enjoy this as kind of a bit of an experiment. I've done this kind of show once before, or twice maybe, about a year ago maybe, just under a year ago. But if you enjoy this type of lesson where we look at English TV shows, then let me know. And let me know if you enjoyed it, and we can do it more again in the future. But let me just say hello to a few people in the comments who are watching with us right now. As always, let me know how everything's going. Let me know where you're watching from in the world. I can see we have one of our members here. By the way, if you're confused, hello, Victoria. Victoria says, who's this man suited up on the screen? I don't know. Who's this guy? If you're curious, maybe you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, but you don't know what English TV Live is. English TV Live is a private online English learning community with daily live lessons like this one, where we help to take your English to the next level. We have myself, not only me, but we have other teachers as well. We help you to speak more naturally and confidently in English. We also have group speaking classes as well, private WhatsApp group, and speaking challenges every week as well, and much more. So if you would like to join us, EnglishTVLive.com is the place to go. You can join us for a free trial for 2 weeks to check it out and see if you like it. The link is in the description of this video. Let me just see who's with us. Okay, very good, very good. Keo is correct here. So Keo says the suited up man is Barney. And as you saw probably in the thumbnail of this video, I might change it later, but when I made the preview for this video, you had a picture of Barney, who is one of the characters in which program? In How I Met Your Mother, which is one of my all-time favorite TV shows, series. And in every episode, Barney always suited up. So to suit up basically means to put on a suit. Now, I'm not wearing an exact suit. It's, a jacket and a tie, but it's basically the same as suiting up. So this expression, actually, this phrasal verb became famous from Barney, from this TV show, How I Met Your Mother. He basically coined this phrase, you could say. I don't know, I'm sure people said it sometimes before, but now if you say suit up, people think about Barney and How I Met Your Mother. And when I was in university, that was the time that How I Met Your Mother was becoming popular. So back when I was at university, everybody was watching How I Met Your Mother. We used to share the video files with each other on this network which we had on the campus. And How I Met Your Mother was in like its first, second, third season, that kind of time, and everybody was watching it and enjoying it. And Barney, I think, was the most popular character. And me and my friends, we often said to each other, suit up, suit up. If it was like a Friday night or something. From time to time, we would say suit up, and then all of us would suit up. We would wear a jacket and a tie and everything, and it's very good, very special memories. And so when I watch How I Met Your Mother, I get kind of transported back to that time. It's very nostalgic. If you feel nostalgic, that means, you have those special memories, happy memories about the past. So that's why I am suited up today, in case you were curious, in honor of Barney and How I Met Your Mother. That's going to be the first one we're going to watch today. We're also going to watch a little bit of Big Bang Theory as well. If you are a fan of that, let me know in the comments. And the third show we're going to watch is from the UK. I thought I'd try and mix it up. Some of my favorite shows are from the UK, and maybe they're not as well known by you, maybe. So this one is called The Inbetweeners. The Inbetweeners. Let me know in the comments if you've seen that one. So I'll talk a little bit more about that later. Let me just come to the comments here. Oh yes. So yeah, Barney had many famous phrases. Obviously, suit up, but he also said legendary. He said legend, wait for it, dairy, right? And he always used to, give high fives as well a lot. And true story, he often said, he used to tell these long stories which he basically made up, and he would say true story. Jorgen says, could we look at movies maybe? It's a good idea. Yeah, we could definitely do that in the future. Just let me know if you have any suggestions for TV shows or movies which you would like to watch, to review, to analyze, to learn from. Let me know, and I would be happy to do that, to look at those. Agnes says, from Suits. Okay. Suits, yeah, I recently started watching Suits, actually. It's a pretty good show. I started watching them during lockdown, actually. I needed to watch something new, and I was watching that, and I've been enjoying that. I'm on about season 3 so far. I really like it. It's nice. A law drama. But I have to be honest, I have a soft spot for comedies. I have a soft spot for something. It's like you have a special, feeling towards something. You like something a little bit more. So yeah, I would say the comedies are my favorite. And all 3 of these we're going to look at today are comedies. So the first one, shall we get into it? What I want you to do, because I'm going to, obviously I want you to take note of the new vocabulary that you learn, but first I'm going to give you a little quiz on these clips that I'm going to show you. So I want you to watch carefully and attentively, and at the end of each one, I'm going to give you a little quiz just to check that you understand what's going on. Then we'll watch it one more time and break down the vocabulary. Sounds good? All right. Well, why don't we go to the first one today? Ina says, I've watched only Big Bang Theory. I liked it. I think Big Bang Theory is very, very popular, right? I think it just recently finished. With Big Bang Theory, it's not one of my absolute favorites. I like it. But I would say How I Met Your Mother and also Inbetweeners, which is a pretty crazy one, is more higher on my list. But I know a lot of you guys like Big Bang Theory. I like it too, so I thought it's a good one to look at. All right, but I'm going to stop yapping away. Let's take a look at the first one today, How I Met Your Mother. So yeah, let's get into it here.
Hey. What are you nervous about? Tell me. What flowing cotton frog?
Okay. But before we get into this one, let me just tell you who the characters are. So we have Barney, of course, he's suited up. We have Ted, and we have a few other characters who we'll see in a moment as well.
Hey,
What?
what are you nervous about? Tell me, tell me, tell me. What flowing cotton
Okay,
frock?
I'll tell you. Just there's a girl sitting at the bar.
Oh,
Don't look.
Well, I want to see a pretty girl.
Okay, just be cool
Oh.
for one scene.
I'll be cool. Oh, Ted, you got your beer label in a bunch over nothing. Listen to your Uncle Barney. You have no reason to be nervous. None whatsoever. And I'm going to tell you why in one word.
And what's that word?
Why do you think he's going to say that Ted shouldn't be nervous? Why do you think? Why do you think? And this is going to be a strange... I'm going to explain what this word is a little bit later, but let's see if you can work out what it means.
Tell you why in one word.
And what's that word?
Dibs.
Does anybody know what that means? Dibs? Let me know in the comments. And these...
You can't call dibs on a girl I've been...
Hold on a second. These are the main characters here. So you can see on the right, you have Robin, who looks a little bit different in this episode, as you're going to see. Then we have, of course, Barney, we have Ted, and we have Lily and Marshall. So Lily is the redhead, Marshall's the guy on the left, Ted is the main character in How I Met Your Mother. He is the one who is telling the story about how he met his mother.
You can't call dibs on a girl I've been sitting here thinking about maybe talking to eventually at some point.
You never called dibs.
Dibs were implied.
Implied dibs?
Yeah.
Ted, you are spitting on the grave of Sir Walter Dibs, inventor of the dib. It was 1652. The SS Dibs was lost at sea.
Look, I don't have time for a fake history lesson, so I'll keep this simple.
Barney often does this. He makes up these random stories, fake history stories to tell it to make a point. It's pretty funny.
It was 1652. The SS Dibs was lost at sea.
Look, I don't have time for a fake history lesson, so I'll keep this simple. You go over there and talk to that girl. I will see you in court.
And who's going to represent you? Dibs on Marshall is my lawyer. Where's Marshall anyway?
Uncle Marshall and Aunt Lily had recently decided to take a swing at starting a family. Tonight was their first at bat.
Okay, I'm almost ready to leave. Let's just go through the checklist. Candles.
Check.
Music to set the mood.
Check.
Music.
This is Marshall and Lily, remember?
We're actually doing it.
Check.
You know what?
And they're married.
To hell with your dibs. I'm going over there right now and talking to her.
Oh, yeah? Yeah? Be my guest. Fall in love with her. Get married. Just know this. When I step up to make my toast as your best man...
Actually, Marshall will probably
As
be
your
my
best man... Ladies and gentlemen, I had dibs.
Tell me this isn't true.
I had implied dibs.
Oh! You've humiliated me. I had no idea. You have to know that.
Shh. You're the victim here. We both are. Let's get out of here.
Or, we could just do it right here.
We could just do it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh, dear. Does anybody know what this word means? We're going to look at it again in a second. Dibs. Dibs. What is this dibs they're talking about?
Fine. Have at it. Exercise your dibs. She's got her shields up anyway. She's reading a book.
Yeah, at a bar. That book might as well be called, Are You There, Barney? It's Me, Horny. That is not what Shields Up looks like. That is what Shields Up looks like.
This is, that's Robin, who looks pretty different to how she usually looks here. Not in a good way.
God! Hey, what's up, dudes? Fries?
Oh, good God, woman, you're a disgrace.
No fries for this guy.
Robin, seriously, I love you, but it's like you have squiggly cartoon odor lines coming off of you right now.
You know what, Barney? Just cut her some slack, okay? She just went through a breakup.
With hygiene?
All right, so that is the first one we're going to be watching, that we watched today. How I Met Your Mother. That one, by the way, if you want to watch the full episode, that is season 6, episode 1, unless I'm mistaken. Season 6, episode 1, if you want to watch the whole episode. But, maybe you want to start from the first season, or maybe you can just watch random episodes. I know for Big Bang Theory, I usually just watch random episodes. But with How I Met Your Mother, I like to watch it watching it in order is quite important. Anyway, I have a little quiz for you before we look at some of the vocabulary. So I hope you were paying attention. Because it's time for a little quiz. All right. So, first question I want to ask you, and just remember who all the characters are. I'm just going to refresh your memory quickly. So,
Hey.
We have, let me just come to the opening trailer here.
It was see you.
Okay.
You can't call.
So, just to refresh your memory in case you forgot the names. Okay, so we have Robin on the right, then next to her Barney, then Ted, actually it's the other way, Lily and Marshall. Okay, so those are the main characters. All right, the first question I want to ask you, I want to see your answers in the comments. So let's do this. All right, the first question is, why was Ted distracted? Ted, remember Ted with the dark hair? At the beginning, in the bar, he was sitting with Barney, right? Just the two of them. But Ted was very distracted. Why was Ted so distracted? Why was Ted so distracted? You saw he was playing with his beer bottle. He was peeling off the label from there, something people often do when they're feeling, nervous or anxious or something. So why was he distracted? Why was he nervous? Why was he distracted? Why was he acting like that? Barney was trying to figure out. Barney's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? Why are you distracted? Why? So let's see if you can let me know in the comments. Why was he distracted? Graziela's put here, season 6, episode 1. That's right. Thank you very much. Okay. So let's see if you can let me know in the comments. Why was he distracted? I'll give you a moment. Why was he distracted? We can just come back, actually, to that moment.
Hey.
Here. So he's distracted.
What are you nervous about? Tell me. What flowing cotton frock?
Okay. What are you nervous about? What's wrong? Why was he nervous? Okay. So we have our first answer here. Trudy says, Ted was distracted by a beautiful girl sitting at the bar. Very nice. Agnes says, because there was a pretty girl. Yes, very good. Just be careful with the spelling of pretty there. Yeah, that's basically it. So he was feeling nervous, but why was he nervous that there was a pretty girl there? Why would he be nervous? Lolly says, because of the girl with the blonde hair. Okay, Fikri says, he fell in love with a girl. Olga says, pretty woman. Walking down the street. Okay, Ingrid says he was looking at a woman from the bar. So why would that make him nervous? What did he want to do? What did he want to do? Well, as you can guess, probably he wanted to go up to her, right? To go and talk to her. And so after we established that, we found that out, Ted and Barney were having an argument. They were fighting. They were having an argument. What were they arguing about? Let's take a look again.
Hey.
Let's see.
Table in a bunch over nothing. I'm going to tell you why in one word.
And what's that word?
Okay, so you can see here, after this, put the line down, they start to argue, right? So what were they arguing about? I'm just coming to some comments here. Kyo says he was nervously hesitating if he could ask the blonde girl out or not, but he wants to do so. So you could maybe rather say he was nervously hesitating about whether or not to ask out the blonde girl. Maybe you could rather say. So yeah, exactly. So what were they arguing about? Ted and Barney. What were they? What was the okay? So Ted likes the girl. Why is Ted now getting angry with Barney? Olga says to chat up the lady. That's right. Okay. Well, I think maybe you're confused, so I should probably explain what this word means. The word dibs, okay? Dibs. D-I-B-S. D-I-B-S. So we can just go back to it here, actually. Okay.
Nervous about beer label and a bunch over nothing. Listen to your Uncle Barney. You have no reason to be nervous. None whatsoever. And I'm going to tell you why in one word.
And what's that word?
Dibs.
Okay, so what is this dibs? Dibs. Okay, Fikrier says both of the two, or both of them, fancy the same lady. Exactly right. Exactly right. They both want the same lady. They both like the same lady. And Barney said dibs. So if I say dibs, it's kind of a childish kind of word. This means that I see something that I want, and if I say dibs first, I get to have it. So it's a pretty childish word. It's more of an American word, I would say. Another similar one is shotgun. 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 And actually, that's usually used for a car. Like, if you want to sit in the front of the car and you say shotgun before anybody else, you will be able to sit in the front of the car. So dibs can be used when you are the first one to claim ownership of something. In this case, it's a woman, but it could also be, let's say there was one slice of pizza left. You can say, dibs, it's mine. Or, there's not enough of something, and both of you want this thing, and the first person says dibs, they get to keep it. But it's very childish. It's very childish. I mean, Barney is quite a childish character, so he often does these kind of childish things. And so they're arguing about that because Barney obviously is a ladies' man, and he can't resist it if he sees a beautiful girl as well that he likes. So now, as Fikri said, both of them fancy the same lady. So they're fighting about that. Exactly right. Okay, the next question I have for you here, the next question is, what were, and be careful how you write this. Try to be polite. But we had, in the next scene, we had Marshall and Lily doing something. What were they doing? What were they preparing? They were preparing something. Any ideas what was going on there? What were they preparing? What was going on? Marshall and Lily. What were they preparing for? And as I said, try to keep your comment clean. Remember, Marshall and Lily are married, and they want to start expanding their family. So what were they doing? What were they preparing at that point, in that scene? What were they preparing? What was going on there? What was going on there? Fikri says she's mine. Maybe dibs. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend you use this, by the way. It's kind of childish. But kids use this all the time. Dibs. That's mine. That's mine. Dibs. Okay. So I was asking you, what did Marshall and Lily, what were they preparing? A rendezvous? Okay, very nice. I like that. A rendezvous. So like a special meeting. Very good. Agnes says they want a perfect evening. Very good. We're getting closer. So yes, they wanted a perfect evening. They wanted a rendezvous. But why? Why did they? They're preparing to compete. Who will be the first in acting? Okay. Kyo says Barney's background was really tough. The reason why he go out with many women. Yes, that's right. As the series goes on, you kind of find out why he is the way he is. Yeah. Like he didn't really know who his father was, and you find out some different things like that. Exactly. Kyo was right. I think Kyo is a bit of a fan here. Bit of a fan of How I Met Your Mother. So Kyo says they wanted to have a baby. If I remember correctly, or if I'm remembering correctly. Exactly right. If I recall. So yes, that's right. They wanted to start a family. They wanted to have a baby. So they were preparing a special night, or as Jorgen says, a rendezvous, right? They wanted to make everything perfect so that they could, get down to business with making a baby, So exactly right. Okay, last question here. Last question. And then after this, we're going to watch it again and break down the vocabulary. So the last question is, at the end of this clip that I showed you, another character, Robin, she walked in, right? She walked in and she was dressed, she wasn't suited up, that's for sure. She was dressed she looked quite kind of dirty and kind of disgusting, right? She didn't look very clean. She looked kind of depressed. Why don't we take a look again, just to refresh your memory?
Hey.
So it was at the end. She comes in. She looks like this, right? So Barney's not impressed. So why was Robin? Because they mentioned at the end. They mentioned why she was. Ted mentioned why she's like this. So why was Robin acting like this? Why was she dressed like this, acting like this, feeling depressed? What was the reason? What was the reason that she's looking like this? Why are you looking like this? Because she doesn't usually look like this. She usually, takes care of herself, looks nice, is, has a nice personality. But yeah, she's not doing so well here. And why is that? Why was she acting like this? Let me know in the comments. Fikri says they wait to see who of them the lady will choose, maybe. Okay. So you can maybe say they'll wait to see, who the lady chooses out of the two of them, maybe you can say. Okay. Very good. Olga says she's been through a breakup recently. Very good. I mean, it's not good that she had a breakup, but that is the correct answer. Agnes, she broke up with her boyfriend. That is right. Okay, very good. Very good indeed. So that was just a little comprehension, little quiz there, just to make sure that everybody was listening and just make sure you can understand what's going on. So now we get a basic idea of the story of what's going on here. So why don't we watch one more time? And this time I'm going to break down some of the vocabulary, maybe some of the pronunciation as well. So let's take a look. Oh, with the volume.
What are you nervous about? Tell me. What flowing cotton frock?
I'll tell you. Just there's a girl sitting at the bar.
Oh,
don't look.
Well, I want to see a pretty girl.
Okay, just be cool for once.
Okay, so Ted gives Barney some advice here. He says, hey, just be cool. Just be cool, right? So you can use this expression when you're trying to tell somebody not to make too much of a scene, not to kind of embarrass the other person or themselves. So be cool, right? Like don't act too crazy. Be cool. Be cool, right? Stay calm. Be cool.
I'll be cool.
But Barney obviously did not listen to that advice.
Oh, Ted, you got your beer label in a bunch over nothing. Listen to your Uncle Barney.
Okay, so Barney actually made a new expression here based on another expression. So he said, don't get your beer label in a bunch, right? Because you saw Ted was peeling off the beer label. He was kind of screwing it up. And now there's an expression, which is, actually there's an American one and a British one. Maybe in your language you have the same expression. Americans would say, don't get your panties in a bunch. Don't get your panties in a bunch. So panties is American for underwear, right? Especially for ladies. Yeah. And in the UK, we would say knickers. Knickers. K-N-I-C-K-E-R-S. So don't get your knickers in a bunch would be the British version. But this basically means don't get so uptight and angry and frustrated. You know, you got your knickers in a bunch, like you're just getting too worked up, is another way to say it, and angry. Or like or worried, you know, you're kind of, yeah, you're not calm. You're getting your knickers in a bunch. You're getting nervous or angry or something like that. But in this case, he's made a new one. He's made a new expression. He said, don't get your beer label in a bunch. Don't get that in a bunch because, he's just creating a new one because he actually literally is getting worked up, getting nervous, and also at the same time, ripping up and rolling up his beer bottle label.
You have no reason to be nervous. None whatsoever. And I'm going to tell you why in one word.
And what's that word?
Dibs.
So we looked at the word dibs there. We've explained it. I always enjoy this opening theme song here. So dibs, as I said before, it's like when you just have to say the word dibs. Dibs, right? Dibs, or I claim, you could also say I claim dibs, like it's mine. I said it first, so it's mine. That's kind of childish.
You can't call dibs on a girl I've been sitting here thinking...
So you can call dibs. You call dibs on something.
You can't call dibs on a girl I've been sitting here thinking about maybe talking to eventually at some point.
You never called dibs.
Dibs were implied.
Implied dibs?
Yeah.
Ted, you are spitting on the grave of Sir Walter Dibs, inventor of the dib. It was 1652.
Okay, so Barney's making up a story here, saying he often makes up these stories with these imaginary characters in the past. And he said in this case, Dibs was named after some character called something Mr. Dibs. And he said, you are spitting on the grave of this character he just made up, Mr. Dibs. So to spit on the grave of somebody basically means that you are disrespecting somebody from the past, especially someone very important from the past. So you're spitting on their grave. You are, not showing respect for them. Let's say, for example, you were criticizing somebody who has passed away, maybe somebody that a lot of people respect, and you can say, hey, don't spit on their grave, you know? We actually, in our lesson yesterday with Jonathan in our private community on Facebook, he was teaching the expression to roll in your grave. It's kind of similar. So if somebody is rolling in their grave, that means somebody who has died, they've passed away. If they were alive, they would be very angry with what's happening. And also Ted said that it was implied dibs. He didn't say the word dibs, but because he was already talking about this woman, looking at her, he had implied that there were dibs. He had basically suggested it without saying it. He didn't need to say dibs because he had already, focused on that girl. And Barney is saying, no, implied dibs, you have to say the word dibs.
Walter Dibs, inventor of the dib. It was 1652. The SS Dibs was lost at sea.
Look, I don't have time for a fake history lesson, so I'll keep this simple. You go over there and talk to that girl. I will see you in court.
And who's going to represent you? Dibs on Marshall is my lawyer.
So if you say to somebody, "I will see you in court," basically threatening them that you will sue them, you will take them to court. I will see you in court. Obviously, in this case, they're just kidding around. But Barney says dibs on Marshall as a lawyer if they do go to court. Marshall, who you saw earlier, his character is a lawyer. He is a lawyer, and a very good lawyer. So you would want him to defend you in that situation.
Where's Marshall anyway?
Uncle Marshall and Aunt Lily had recently decided to take a swing at starting a family. Tonight was their first at bat.
Okay, nice expression there. So Lily and Marshall were taking a swing, right, at starting a family. Now, if you want to, I know people who have tried to have a baby before, and it takes time. It takes time. You don't get pregnant the first time. Usually, it can take many months, even years sometimes. So Marshall and Lily have decided, okay, they want to have a baby. So they're going to spend they're going to prepare for a special evening where it's just the two of them, where they can focus on, baby making. So they were going to take a swing, or you could say have a swing, means basically to try something for the first time. Have a swing at something. Take a swing at something. It's like, maybe it will work, maybe it won't. I'm going to take a swing at it. Take a swing at it. And also, what else do they say with the same?
Where's Marshall anyway?
Uncle Marshall and Aunt Lily had recently decided to take a swing at starting a family. Tonight was their first at bat.
Okay, take a swing at starting a family. It was their first time at bat, right? So to be at bat, to be trying it. So you're at bat, you're waiting to hit the ball. Maybe you'll hit the ball, get a home run. In this case, have a baby. Maybe you'll miss, but you're going to try.
Okay, I'm almost ready to leave. Let's just go through the checklist. Candles.
Check.
Music to set the mood.
Check.
Okay, so to set the mood, music to set the mood, as you can hear here, is this type of music.
Music to set the mood.
Check.
So it's most commonly used in a romantic situation. You want to create a very romantic feeling, so you'll play some music which will, make people feel as though, it's a romantic kind of time. And but it doesn't only have to be music. It could be the lights. You could dim the lights, turn the lights low. What else could you maybe have? Scented candles. Prepare a romantic dinner. These things can set the mood, create the mood. So when you set the mood, you create the mood. I'd say it's most commonly, it doesn't only have to be in a romantic situation, but I'd say it's most commonly used in that way.
Music for when we're actually doing it.
Check.
And that's the music when they are doing it. By the way, you hear this word a few times in this clip. So doing it, or to do it, maybe you can guess what that means. It means to have a special time between two people. So have sex, right? To do it. It's a more kind of more polite, kind of casual way to say it. To do it, instead of saying some ruder words, right? Do it. And bonus points for anybody who can tell me or tell us what the name of that instrument is that's playing.
Music for when we're actually doing it.
This one.
Check.
Pretty famous in American kind of country music, I guess. What instrument is that? Let us know in the comments.
You know what? To hell with your dibs. I'm going over there right now and talking to her.
Oh, yeah? Yeah? Be my guest. Fall in love with her. Get married. Just know this. When I step up to make my toast as your best man...
Okay, so he said, to hell with your dibs. To hell. So if I say to hell with something, it means I don't care about this anymore. I am sick and tired of something, or I don't care about something. I don't respect something. To hell with your dibs. I'm not going to listen to this. Maybe you can say, to hell with this job, I quit, right? Or to hell with whatever it happens to be. Maybe, you know, think of your own examples in the comments so we can check them out a little bit later. So basically, you don't care about something anymore. You're like, to hell with it. To hell, I don't care about this. And what was the other one here?
Best. Fall in love with her. Get married.
Right now and talking to her.
Oh, yeah? Yeah? Be my guest. Fall in love with her. Get married.
So, be my guest. This means, again, make sure, you know, I recommend that you are writing some of these down. Some of these maybe you don't know. Keep a note of them. So, be my guest basically means do what you want. Be my guest. Be my guest. So, you know, do what you want. I don't care. You could say this in a kind of like a angry kind of way, but it doesn't have to be. It just means basically do what you want. Be my guest. Yeah. Like, can I use your bathroom, please? Be my guest, please. It's just down there. But in this case, Barney's like, be my guest. You know, go and talk to her. But
Just know this. When I step up to make my toast as your best man,
Actually, Marshall will probably
as
be
your best man, ladies and gentlemen, I had dibs.
Tell me this isn't true.
I had implied dibs.
Oh! You've humiliated me. I had no idea. You have to know that.
Shh. You're the victim here. We both are. Let's get out of here.
Or, you know, we could just do it right here.
We could just do it. Yeah.
again, do it, right? You hear this quite often. Do it. Let's do it. Let's do it right here. I don't think Ed would be happy about that. But also, let's listen to the pronunciation there when, I think it was Barney.
You humiliated me.
Let's.
I had no idea. You have to know that.
Shh. You're the victim here. We both are. Let's get out of here.
Or, you know, we could just do it.
Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. So, oh, okay. Hold on. It seems as though stream has stopped. Hold on. All right, I think we are back. I think we're back. Let me know in the comments if you can see the stream now. It seems as though YouTube stopped the stream for copyright reasons, which is what I was worried about at the beginning of this lesson, which is why I haven't done these lessons so much. I just need to find out how to avoid avoid that in the future. But seems as though things are back now. Let me know in the comments if you can see me and hear me. Let's try and go back to this one here.
Hey.
So I will try. Maybe I need to pause more. But yeah, we saw here. So yeah, this is of course not real. This is just a fantasy. This is Barney imagining this. And then let's see if we can just play the last one here.
Fine. Have at it. Exercise your dibs. She's got her shields up anyway. She's reading a book.
Okay, so we have some really good vocabulary there. Let's break it down. So, first one is that Ted says, have at it. Have at it, or have at it, right? Would be the natural way to say it. Have at it. So this is actually a very, very American expression. Okay, a very, very American expression. And so it basically means do what you want, right? Have at it. Do what you want. I don't care. You can do whatever you want. Have at it. Go ahead, right? So Barney is saying that. Have at it. Do what you want. Oh, sorry. Who said that?
Have at it. Exercise your dibs. She's got her shields up anyway.
Okay, sorry. Ted said that. So Ted said, have at it. Exercise your dibs. Usually you... Okay. We keep getting the stream disabled because of the copyright. So I've got to be careful here. I don't want to have my channel shut down, so I have to be very careful. But yeah, so just to review the last few expressions there. So Ted was saying, you know, have at it, you know, go ahead, go and talk to this lady, he was saying to Barney, but she's not going to be interested because she has her shields up, okay? She has her shield, you know, a shield, something to protect you. A lot of people these days are wearing a face shield, right? Or like, as well as a mask. So a shield is something to protect yourself. If you have your shields up, that basically means that you don't want other people to talk to you. So she was sitting there reading her book, right? And Ted said that the reason that she's doing that is to because she doesn't want anybody to talk to her. Okay, she's got her shields up, and then when Robin walked in at the end, he said she's also got her shields up because she was also, you know, not wearing something nice. She was being rude to people and didn't want people to talk to her. So if you see somebody and it looks like they don't want to talk to other people, you can say that they have their shields up. Okay? I'm not going to play any more How I Met Your Mother because I'm getting a bit scared. I'm getting a bit scared of this copyright here. So let me just check everything's okay. Hopefully my YouTube channel is still here. Okay, I think we're going to watch one more show. The first one took longer than I had planned, but let me know in the comments if I'm back, because I'm not sure if the stream is still going or if it's gone. So please let me know in the comments. All right, I think we're going to watch one more. Why don't we go to a British show this time? So this one is called The Inbetweeners. The Inbetweeners. Now, The Inbetweeners follows these four young young men, boys, men. The reason it's called Inbetweeners is because the reason it's called Inbetweeners is that they're not adults, but they're not children. They're in between. So they're kind of 16, 17, 18 years old during this, like 17 and 18 years old, I guess, during the show. So if somebody could just let me know in the comments if the stream is running or not, and then I'll continue, because I don't want to continue if nobody can see me now. So please let me know. Just let me know in the comments. Just give me a thumbs up if the stream is running. If you can see me, if you can hear me. I'll just wait for confirmation, because I can see myself. I was suspended for a little while, but I can see myself here. Just waiting for somebody to comment. Okay, Lolly says yes. All right, great. So we're going to watch the Inbetweeners. Let me know in the comments if you have seen the Inbetweeners before. It's a very okay. Graziella says running normally. Thank you very much. Thank you. Running. Okay, great. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. So Inbetweeners is a very rude, very rude program, very rude show. So I struggled quite a lot to find a clip which was not too rude, but because they're young men, right? So they use a lot of kind of, you know, slightly rude language when they're talking to each other. Thank you, Maria. Thank you for the thumbs up, Lolly. Appreciate it. It's just I just wanted to make sure everything was okay, and hopefully it will be okay when I play this next one. So Inbetweeners, yeah, we're going to take a look at a clip from one of the Inbetweeners movies. So if you're interested, they have 3 seasons of the show. Usually British TV series, the seasons are much shorter than American ones. American ones usually have 20 or even 30 episodes in one season, but usually British ones like 6, 7, 8, maybe maximum 10. And I think each series had like 6 episodes. And then they did 2 movies. And this is from the second movie. And so let's take a look here.
Did you know that laughter is...
I'm going to let you know who the characters are. So same again. We're going to watch this. And the first time, I want you to just watch. And hopefully the stream will not be suspended. So I want you to watch and see if you can figure out what's going on. Then I'm going to give you a little quiz. And then if we have time after that, I will break down some of the vocabulary in here as well. So on the left here, we have a character called Katie. Okay, she is not a regular character in the show. Will is the guy on the right here. He's kind of a bit of a nerd, a bit of a geek. All of the boys, they're kind of, yeah, they're not the coolest guys, right? They're not the coolest guys in the school. They're kind of losers, you can say, right? And this guy, he's talking to this girl that he met while they were traveling in Australia in this movie. And I think this is a girl that he knew from back in his childhood or something like that he hadn't seen for many years. And she is very drunk here, okay? And but she's kind of flirting with him, and he's thinking, wow, I think this is going pretty well. So obviously he likes her, and it seems as though maybe she likes him. So let's see how this goes. And this is Jay. He's the worst one. He's a nightmare.
Did you know that laughter is intensely spiritual? So that means that you're very spiritual. Would you say you're spiritual?
It's quite a vague way to describe a whole person. Could you just narrow it down at all?
So, what I'm saying, right, is that I think you're spiritual.
Yep.
You can see she's kind of drunk here. You know, what I'm saying is that I think that you're kind of spiritual. Spiritual, by the way, is I don't know, how do I describe it? Spiritual, somebody who believes in I don't know how to describe it exactly. It's not exactly the same as religious, like you believe in kind of supernatural and maybe God and things like that, but not a specific religion.
That's great. Really great. But what do you mean by that? Don't want to sign up for something I'm not.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I've had a think about it, and I am spiritual.
I knew it! Do you want to get drunk?
On Goon? Yes, please.
I had to check, by the way, so they're drinking, it's called Goon. I didn't know what Goon was, but apparently Goon is a popular wine, very cheap wine in Australia. I would call this just box wine. So you just open the box and you pour the wine, and it's much cheaper than a bottle. So they are traveling at the moment, so they're trying to save money. They're staying in a hostel, and so they want to obviously still have a good time. So drinking from a box wine is a good option.
Yes! Oh, fucking hell, mate. You are the full
And sorry in advance for the language. There's a lot of bad language in this show.
package. You're funny and... Oh, fucking hell, mate. You are the full package. You're funny and spiritual. I can't believe you're single.
It is hard to believe, but I am single.
I never know when you're joking or when you're not. But let me tell you, if you could play guitar, I would jump you right now.
Actually, I can play guitar.
Fuck off!
I've had a lot of time on my own at uni to practice.
Fucking knockout! Go on then, mate. Give us a song.
Okay.
By the way, if you say to somebody, F off, right? Fuck off. It usually is rude. Like, oh, fuck off. But in this case, you can say, if you don't believe somebody, but you're saying in a kind of a funny way, you say, oh, really? No ways. F off, right? No, F off. No ways, right? I wouldn't recommend it, but some people do speak like that, and it's not being rude. She's just very surprised. She doesn't believe him that he can play the guitar.
Hey, Ben, man. Can I have a go, man?
Wow. Well, you don't really have a go at the guitar. It's not in front of this many people. You know.
I just want to play a song for a friend, for Katie.
Sure you got this?
Yeah, think so.
There's quite a lot of people, so...
Yeah, I can handle it.
Okay, well, just go for it, man.
I'm trying to.
Just take the guitar.
Remove your hand from the neck of the guitar, then.
Well,
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, man.
All right. Seems as though I'm back. Sorry about this, everybody. I'm going to have to investigate how to avoid this from happening, but I should probably finish here. So I hope it was a useful lesson, aside from the interruptions because of the copyright thing. Something I have to work it out. Maybe if I do shorter clips, then that could be okay, because there are many, many channels on YouTube which look at videos, they analyze them, and there is something called fair use, which means that I can use the video if I give my own commentary, teaching a lesson in this case. But for some reason it's not working, so I'm going to have to investigate a little bit more. But let me know in the comments if this was useful, except for, of course, the interruptions. But I hope it was useful, and I really encourage you to check out those shows. So How I Met Your Mother, The Inbetweeners. I know we just saw a very short bit of it there, and of course Big Bang Theory as well. So I'm going to probably finish here because I don't want my YouTube channel to be taken away, to be deleted. That would not be good. But at the same time, I want to hopefully continue this type of show if you enjoyed it, because I enjoy it. I enjoy, finding these funny shows and analyzing the language in there. There was much more that I wanted to analyze, but unfortunately, I don't think it's going to work today. So thank you very much for your patience, for watching, for tuning in. Maria says it was useful. Thanks. I'm very happy to hear that. Lata says, thanks, Lloyd. I really enjoyed it. Again, very, very happy to hear that. And thank you for sticking around. Ingrid says, thanks. I have to figure out how to do it. Yeah, I have researched before. I have to research some more. August is no stream again. Well, it should be back now. Graciela says, useful in my opinion because I learned new vocabulary. Very good. That's the main idea. I also wanted to review some pronunciation as well, but I think I was a little bit too ambitious today. Maybe three shows is probably too much now that I think of it. But yeah, as I said, this is kind of an experiment today. So, you have to try these things to see how they work and maybe change a few things before you get it right. Q says, it's a very efficient way to get used to English through TV show series without subtitles. That's great. That's the idea, right? That's exactly the idea. Anyway, everybody, as I said, hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this if you're watching live or in the replay, and enjoy the rest of your day. Tomorrow, we will have the ETL Hot Seat Show inside of our private community, so one of our members will join us for that. If you are not a member yet, I know many of our members are in the comments, but some people are not members here. If you would like to have daily live lessons, usually not with these interruptions, group speaking classes, weekly challenges, private WhatsApp group, and much more, you can become a member. Take your English to the next level by becoming a member of our private community. Just head to EnglishTVLive.com to join us today. But until next time, everybody, stay well, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, and enjoy all of the amazing TV shows that we have out there. Especially now during lockdown is a perfect opportunity to watch these shows and improve your English listening along the way as well. Until next time, everybody, suit up, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Bye-bye.